Are you getting interrupted when you try to make a point? Do you feel like you're being overlooked? I've bad news for you. That is not just a feeling, that's probably a fact. Today I'll share 7 hacks with you to become more powerful and still be yourself. The first hack to become more powerful is appearance, but most people get this point wrong. They think they need to dress more professionally or more business. But how is that someone like Mark Cuban, a billionaire, just wears t-shirts? That is what Robert from Shark Tank asked him.
So I'm sitting down with Mark one day and I say, Mark, with all due respect, why do you dress, how do I say it nicely, like a slob? Mark looks at me and he says, Robert, because I can. Here's what I've learned over 16 years. If you walk into a room and there's 20 people sitting there and 20 of them wearing a suit and tie, and there's one person in the back of the room wearing a t-shirt, that's the one with the power. Because that person worked their ass off to get to a position to wear whatever they want to wear. Beware the man in the t-shirt, not the man in the suit.
People try to fit into a group, therefore they act, dress or speak in a certain way. They may become part of the group one day, but they may never shine. Nonetheless, it is important to make the first impression count because everyone has biases. Some can lead to unfair decisions or stereotypes. 55% of impressions are made by what we see, only 38% by what we hear, and 7% by the actual words you say. In order to gain immediate respect, dress in a way that represents your style you feel most comfortable with and wear it with maximum confidence. I worked with a very interesting individual who dressed differently. He wore cowboy hats with suits, flamingo shirts, and had tattoos on his face. He was a sales manager in a very traditional and hierarchical company, but was still the #1 sales guy they had. That example shows that you need to feel confident in how you dress to achieve outstanding results. The second hack to become more powerful is to avoid being overly helpful. Do you find yourself offering help to others but get nothing in return when you need it? It is normal to feel unappreciated, causing discomfort. As a matter of fact, only 22% of people feel appreciated and claim they get the right amount of recognition for the work they do. But how can we feel more appreciated? Being vocal about it and trying to convince others of your value is not the way to go. It might sound counterintuitive, but doing the exact opposite will help. If you help everyone in every situation, even if they don't ask for it, they get used to you being around. Cutting back on helping at first will cause confusion. You might even lose some friends, argue with partners, or face challenges at work. People who stay in touch with you just because you are helping them aren't the people you need around anyway. When people realize your help isn't always available, they are more likely to appreciate and respect it when you do step in. The third hack to become more powerful is to talk only when necessary. To help you with this point, I will highlight 2 methods. I prefer method number 2, but some friends of mine follow method number 1. The first is called the think rule. Before you speak on a topic, ask yourself the following questions. True, is what I'm about to say factually accurate? Helpful, will this contribute positively or solve a problem? Inspiring, will my words uplift, motivate or add any value? Necessary, does this need to be said or is it better left unsaid? Kind, am I speaking with empathy and respect? The second rule, in my opinion, is simpler yet more powerful. It is called the 5-second pause rule. If you find yourself in a conversation, pause for 5 seconds before saying anything. This gives you time to think about whether your input is truly necessary. On the other hand, pausing creates an awkward moment of silence, which makes your conversation partner feel uncomfortable. Most of the time, they will start speaking again, giving you the opportunity to simply react to what they are saying. The fourth hack to become more powerful is to have something going. Highly insecure people talk about how busy they are to show that they are in demand. Everyone knows it's BS. If I asked you which person in your environment talks too much about their private life, at least one name would probably pop into your head, right? Those people are so desperate to convince that their life is full of greatness, joy and fulfillment. I assume that you watching this video right now are one of the individuals who want to get something going, so you don't end up like them. To be honest, I used to be like them, talking too much without actually starting anything. So in late 2022, I started my passion project called the Collectum app and this YouTube channel right here. By the way, you can find the link below to my app. Nowadays, I have so much on my plate, I don't have even time to think about that, so I just enjoy listening to others complaining. This has the positive effect that when I do talk, I get noticed immediately. The fifth hack to become more powerful is to stop caring about other people's opinions. I want to mention this openly because I know this is what holds many people back. Back in January 2024, I started my YouTube channel. Since then, it has grown slowly but steadily. But nearly once a week I get messages forwarded from people I know who are laughing and judging me. Not random internet trolls, but actual people I thought were my friends. They make fun of me because I'm trying to build an English channel as a non-native English speaker and haven't seen results in over a year. I'd be lying if I said the thought of quitting never crossed my mind. Maybe they're right. I started over-analyzing my videos, trying to figure out how to speak better and what to improve. What happened next was my creativity vanished and I got hit with analysis paralysis. Mr. Beast speaks on this as follows.
A lot of people get analysis paralysis and they'll just sit there and they'll plan their first video for 3 months and sitting there and thinking for months and months on end and just get to work and start uploading.
Then I found a study that showed 41% of people on LinkedIn hold back from posting anything because they fear appearing undesirable to their online connections. Maybe we are just one post away from building our own brand. I experienced this recently with a short video of mine that gained over 20,000 views. I spent days outside of my main job working on building something. If I cared a little bit more about what others say, I would delete this channel and the app I developed and published on the App Store. I remind myself of the consequences this decision would have. I'd be stuck at my main job and living the wrong life. I try to see the stars behind the clouds at night whilst they see only the darkness. The sixth hack to become more powerful is to have a solid foundation. Did you ever talk to someone who seemed very knowledgeable at first, but as time went on, you realized they were full of BS? It's not just a feeling we have, it's a fact. Great managers are rare. Studies show that companies fail to choose the right candidate 82% of the time. This is underlined by the so-called Peter Principle, which states that people are promoted to a level where they are no longer competent. To avoid this pitfall for you, the Feynman technique can help. This concept involves learning deeply and retaining knowledge. First, choose a topic you want to learn. Then, explain it to a 12-year-old. This helps you identify gaps in your understanding, which you can refine. Finally, test your understanding by sharing your explanation with someone else. The seventh hack to become more powerful is to stop people pleasing. Have you ever agreed to attend an event with your coworkers or spend time doing things with people you don't enjoy? If you are nodding along, setting boundaries is crucial in your life. One prime example is made by Justine Musk, who says this about Elon.
I was married to a man who became extremely successful. And as I watched him rise, I noticed two things. He worked very hard, much harder than your average bear. And he said no a lot. He said no to people who wanted his time and attention and energy. He said no in a way that protected his resources so that he could channel them toward his own goals. And I realized that behind every no is a deeper yes to whatever it is that you do want. No is like a bright line.
Every no is a deeper yes to the things you do want. You just need to protect your goals and vision from outside influences at all costs. I use my instincts in the split second I make a decision. If my inner voice screams, no, I listen to that voice. Others might feel offended or dislike you, but that's the way to be happier and more powerful. Thanks for watching. Which of these 7 hacks will you use? Share in the comment section down below. See you in the next one. Bye.